What if I told you that the moment you wake up, you are standing at the threshold of infinite possibilities? That the first words you speak, the first thoughts you allow into your mind, are not just routine, they are sacred. Every morning, the universe resets, offering you a blank slate upon which your destiny is written. But most people let their mornings slip away, unaware that the very energy they cultivate in those first moments dictates the course of their entire day. Imagine stepping outside just before sunrise. The world is hushed, waiting. In that silence, something powerful is happening. The air is different, charged with potential. In ancient traditions, sages, mystics, and seekers understood this sacred window of time. They called it the hour of divine favor, the moment when heaven and earth are closest, when prayers are carried on the wings of the morning light. Yet today, most people wake up and immediately reach for their phones, filling their minds with noise before they've even had a chance to align with divine energy. But here's the truth. If you don't take control of your mornings, the world will do it for you. The energy of the day is like a river. It will flow wherever it is directed. Those who intentionally channel their first words and thoughts toward faith, gratitude, and divine abundance set themselves on a path of certainty and fulfillment. Those who don't, they become prisoners of circumstance, tossed by the currents of negativity, doubt, and distraction. You were never meant to live that way. Your morning is a portal, a doorway into divine manifestation, and what you do with it determines what follows. This is why, before anything else, before the distractions and responsibilities of life pull at your attention, you must turn inward. You must align with the source, speak life into your day, and command the universe to respond in your favor. Your first words of the day are not just sounds, they are blueprints. They shape your reality, set the tone, and determine the frequency you will carry with you. In the scriptures it is written, "Life and death are in the power of the tongue. What you declare in the morning is what you will see unfold in your life." Throughout history, the most enlightened minds have understood this. The Stoics began each morning with deep reflection, reminding themselves that they alone controlled their response to life's challenges. The prophets and spiritual masters of every tradition awoke with sacred words upon their lips, affirming their alignment with the divine. Even modern neuroscience confirms that our first thoughts activate the reticular activating system, a network in the brain that filters reality, making sure we notice what aligns with our dominant beliefs. If you begin your day in fear, doubt, or worry, your mind will seek evidence to confirm those feelings. But if you begin with faith, gratitude, and certainty, you will magnetize abundance. This is not superstition, it is the fundamental law of consciousness. So how do you ensure that your first words align with the divine? You must make prayer the foundation of your morning. Not just any prayer, but one spoken with authority, faith, and absolute certainty. This is not about pleading with the universe. It is about commanding your reality with unwavering trust. God has already written abundance into your destiny, but He has also given you the key to unlock it. That key is your voice, your intention, your alignment. When you rise in the morning and declare, "Today I walk in divine favor," every step I take is guided. Abundance flows to me effortlessly. You are not making a wish. You are activating a law. Imagine a river that never runs dry, constantly replenishing itself from an infinite source. That is the nature of divine provision. The universe does not operate in scarcity, it operates in overflow. And when you align your morning prayers with this truth, you step into a current that carries you effortlessly toward your highest good. Every morning, you are given a gift, the opportunity to shift your entire reality with the power of your words. But most people do not claim this gift. They wake up and immediately fall back into patterns of struggle, stress, and survival, not because they are doomed to hardship, but because they have not yet learned to direct their energy toward abundance. But you are different. You are awakening to a new truth. From this moment forward, your mornings will be sacred. Your words will be intentional. Your prayers will not be timid requests but bold declarations. Because when you speak in alignment with divine abundance, heaven listens, and the world must respond. There is a battle that takes place every morning, a battle that is unseen, yet its effects are felt in every moment that follows. It is the battle between faith and fear, between surrender and control, between divine trust and human anxiety. Most people wake up and immediately allow stress to take hold. They start planning, worrying, calculating, trying to control every outcome before the day has even begun. But what if I told you that you were never meant to carry that burden? That every morning God offers you something far greater than worry. He offers you release. Imagine standing on the shore of a vast ocean. The waves come and go, but no matter how much water is taken, the ocean never runs dry. This is the nature of divine provision. Yet so many people stand at the edge of this infinite source, gripping empty cups, desperate to hold on to what was, never meant to be contained. The stress you carry, the constant need to control everything, stems from an illusion, the illusion that you are alone in this journey, that you must fight for every blessing, that life is a struggle to be endured, rather than a flow to be embraced. But here is the truth that changes everything. You were never meant to do this alone. From the moment you opened your eyes this morning, divine hands were already at work, aligning opportunities, shifting circumstances, preparing blessings beyond what you can see. And yet, most people resist. They hold on to their worries, believing that if they let go, everything will fall apart. But the opposite is true. When you release, when you surrender, when you say, God, I trust you completely, you create space for miracles to enter. This is not just spiritual wisdom, it is a universal law. Whatever you cling to in fear, you block from expanding. But whatever you release in faith, you invite to grow. The moment you stop trying to control every outcome, you allow divine intelligence to guide you towards something far greater than your limited mind could ever imagine. This is why morning prayer is not just about asking, it is about letting go. It is about standing before the vast ocean of divine abundance and saying, I trust, I receive, I release all fear. Take a deep breath and feel the weight begin to lift. You do not need to carry it anymore. Your financial worries, your uncertainty, your fears about the future, they were never yours to bear. You are walking in the overflow of divine provision, and that means you lack nothing. From this moment forward, your mornings are no longer filled with stress, they are filled with surrender. You wake up, you pray, and you let go. And in that release you discover a power greater than anything you could have ever achieved through struggle alone. Abundance is not something you chase, it is something you align with. And when you align with it in the morning, it follows you throughout the day. Most people think wealth is measured in numbers, in bank accounts, in possessions, but true abundance is something far greater. It is not just having money, it is having peace. It is waking up every morning knowing that everything you need is already on its way. It is living in the certainty that you are provided for, guided and protected at all times. There is a reason why some people seem to have everything flow effortlessly into their lives, while others struggle no matter how hard they work. It is not luck, it is not coincidence, it is alignment. Those who live in divine abundance understand that wealth is a current, not a possession. They do not fight the tide, they flow with it. They do not cling to scarcity, they trust in overflow. This is why morning prayer is not just about speaking words, it is about stepping into the energy of abundance. It is about shifting your consciousness from lack to limitless possibility. Imagine a river that flows endlessly, replenishing itself no matter how much is drawn from it. That is how divine provision works. It is not something you must earn, it is something you must step into. But the only way to do that is to release the mindset of scarcity, the belief that you must struggle for what is already yours. The moment you start your morning in divine confidence, the moment you declare abundance is my birthright, the universe begins to rearrange itself to match that truth. The world will tell you that success requires endless toil, that you must fight for every dollar, that life is a constant battle to get ahead. But divine wisdom teaches the opposite. True wealth flows effortlessly when you stop resisting it. The moment you shift from struggle to certainty, from worry to trust, from doubt to faith, the floodgates open. You were never meant to live in fear of not having enough. You were meant to rise every morning in the knowing that everything you need is already being provided. So today, declare this truth over your life. I am aligned with divine abundance. I do not chase, I do not fear, I do not struggle. I receive freely, I give freely, and I walk in the certainty that God's provision knows no limits. Hold this declaration in your heart and watch as your reality begins to shift. When you start your mornings in alignment with divine prosperity, lack becomes impossible. The universe responds to the energy you carry. And when you walk in abundance, abundance walks with you. The moment you accept this truth, your mornings become more than just a routine, they become a prophetic activation. Every word you speak, every prayer you declare, becomes a command that shapes the unseen forces working on your behalf. When you begin your day in alignment with divine wealth, the world around you has no choice but to respond accordingly. But there is one more step, sealing this energy so that it carries you through every moment that follows. Too many people start their mornings in faith, but allow doubt to creep in as the day unfolds. They declare abundance in the morning, but by midday, they have fallen back into old patterns of fear and scarcity. This is why you must end your morning prayer with absolute certainty, with words that leave no room for doubt. Right now, in this moment, affirm your truth. Say it out loud. Today I walk in divine favor. Today I am magnetizing blessings. Today my steps are guided, my path is clear, and abundance flows to me effortlessly. Speak these words not as a wish but as a command. The universe does not respond to hesitation, it responds to authority. And when you speak with certainty, mountains move, obstacles dissolve, and divine wealth flows freely into your life. This is your morning ritual now. No longer will you wake up unsure, anxious, or fearful. From this day forward, your mornings are sacred, your words are powerful, your energy is aligned, and because of this, everything in your life is about to shift. The blessings that have been waiting for you are now making their way to you. The abundance you have prayed for is already unfolding. Your only task is to believe, to speak, and to receive. This is how you start your day. This is how you align with the divine flow of wealth. And this is how you walk in the certainty that you were never meant to struggle. You were always meant to thrive. Your morning is not just a beginning, it is an activation. When you step into your day with divine alignment, nothing can shake you. No obstacle, no delay, no opposition can override the authority of a prayer spoken with unwavering faith. This is the final key that most people overlook, sealing their morning with a prophetic declaration that carries them through the rest of the day. Because what good is a powerful morning if, by midday, you have let doubt creep in? Think about a warrior preparing for battle. Before stepping onto the battlefield, they put on armor, not after the fight has already begun. Your morning prayer is your spiritual armor. It is what shields you from the distractions, negativity, and uncertainty that the world will try to place in your path. Without it, you are walking into the day exposed, vulnerable to anything that comes your way. But with it, you move with an unshakable certainty that divine favor goes before you, making crooked paths straight, turning obstacles into opportunities, and aligning circumstances for your highest good. So, as you prepare to step into the hours ahead, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the power of everything you have spoken, everything you have declared. Now seal it. Say this aloud. I am divinely guided. Every step I take today is ordered by a higher power. I do not chase, I attract. I do not fear, I trust. I do not struggle, I walk in ease. Today, I move with the confidence of someone who knows that abundance is not a possibility, it is a certainty. Let these words settle in your spirit. You are no longer just hoping for a good day, you are commanding it. And because of that, no force in the universe can take from you what has already been given. You are walking in divine assurance, and every single thing that unfolds today will serve your highest good. But there is something else, something that multiplies the power of your morning prayer. When you declare abundance over your life, you are not just speaking into your own existence. You are activating a ripple effect, sending waves of energy into the world that touch the lives of others. Because abundance, when truly understood, is not about taking, it is about giving. This is why some of the wealthiest, most fulfilled people are also the most generous. They understand a truth that many overlook. The more you release, the more you receive. Think of a river. When it flows freely, it nourishes everything in its path. But when it is blocked, it becomes stagnant. The same is true for divine wealth. It is not meant to be hoarded, feared, or clung to. It is meant to flow. This is where your morning prayer takes on an even greater purpose. You are not just speaking abundance into your own life. You are becoming a vessel for it. When you pray, do not just ask for wealth for yourself. Ask for the ability to be a blessing to others. Declare that your abundance will overflow, not just into your finances, but into your relationships, your purpose, your ability to uplift and inspire. This is how you step into the highest form of divine prosperity. Because wealth that is only for you is limited, but wealth that is used to impact the world is limitless. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you pour out, the more is poured into you. So as you step into today, ask yourself, how can I be a channel for divine abundance? Who can I uplift? How can I use the gifts and blessings I receive to create even more blessings? And as you do this, watch what happens. Watch how doors begin to open in unexpected ways. Watch how opportunities come to you effortlessly. Watch how your entire reality shifts simply because you have aligned with the highest law of divine wealth, the law of circulation. Now, as you bring this morning activation to a close, there is one final step, an unshakable commitment to trust in divine timing. Because here's the truth, the blessings you seek are already on their way to you. But the greatest test of faith is patience. Too many people pray for abundance in the morning and doubt its arrival by afternoon. They plant seeds, but dig them up before they have a chance to grow. They declare trust, but the moment something doesn't happen on their timeline, they begin to question, to worry, to try and force outcomes. But faith does not work that way. Faith is unwavering. It does not ask when or how, it simply knows. Think of a tree. It does not worry about when the rain will come. It does not question if the sun will rise. It stands firm, knowing that the forces of nature will provide exactly what it needs at exactly the right time. You must do the same. Stand firm in the knowing that your abundance is already set in motion. It is already unfolding. So today, release the need to control. Release the need to question. Instead, walk in the absolute certainty that divine timing is never late, never early, but always perfect. What is meant for you will arrive exactly when you are ready to receive it. And as you carry this truth into your day, do one last thing. Speak it into existence. Say aloud, I trust in divine timing. I release all impatience, all doubt, all fear. I know that everything I seek is already mine. And today I walk in peace, in certainty, and divine flow. This is how you start your day. This is how you move through the world. And this is how you ensure that no matter what happens, you remain aligned, empowered, and unstoppable. You are no longer waiting for abundance. You are living in it. And because of that, your entire reality is about to shift. Today is not just another day. Today is the day your morning prayer becomes your greatest power. And from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same again.